Oh dear. Good morning from a very cold van. It is 8 degrees at the moment. We just got out of bed because Miss Teeth was calling me. Everything is condensated and frosted over. Well, not frosted over, but wet in the cab. Obviously, there's no insulation. It's very cold, no heat. So we're in a survival mode here. Just literally got myself out of bed to do my blood tests and my meds and everything, and make sure Chief's okay. But she was young, she wanted to go to the toilet, but we changed to cat litter last night, so they've all been using it inside. I'm quite happy, not worrying too much about going out. Let me chair over a bit. So yes, we are testing out the local car park. Park for night. I slept really well. The cats basically went to bed after our little walk in the pram and everything. We weren't worried about going out again because it rained. I can hear you, Spirit. Spirit slept in the front on the pram majority of the night, and then he came in for cuddles underneath the covers with me this morning for cuddles and getting warm. And Miss Chief was on my pillow all night, and then she went under the covers this morning. I say it's very chilly in the mornings. But I mean, I'm sat here with bare feet and everything, and fine. It's certainly doable. Loving the fleece that obviously I was gifted by. What are you doing? No, it's a Spirit in the toilet now behind me. So there's the toilet curtain here. So obviously having the table over this side, it actually gives a better backdrop as well. If I move over slightly more, we can obviously have a much better backdrop for talking on the vlogs. Anyway, like I say, I had a bit of a binge yesterday after going to Morrison's. A binge with good stuff. I had ham hock and did a chicken stir fry. Got through quite a few tangerines last night in my cream, which I shouldn't have had, but it's all good. It's all allowed. Stocked up with some celery and cheese, which will be like a snack that I can have later. Don't know what we're doing today. Really want to sort of stay here today and try and walk down the other side of the track down by the river. It's obviously not a concrete track. It's going to be a muddy, wet track. So I'll have to put my boots on. I might put my muckers on rather than my walking boots just to go through the puddles, but I don't know if I can get the pram through it. I know it goes onto a concrete path later on, which then takes us a good couple of miles, 3 miles around down to Manvers Lake. I don't know if I'm going that far. It all depends on the weather, whether it's going to be rainy or cold or sunny, and how the cats are. You all right, Spirit? I'm trying to give them some sort of a time out in the countryside today. Don't want to obviously overdo this park up, abuse it too much. They're going to start playing now. That's her on the wheel. But at the same time, obviously, I want to make sure I've got somewhere to come, especially during the firework night. And this is my idea where to come to when the firework weekend, which I think is this weekend, come in. I've got to think about that now, because if we're on Thursday now, then maybe I've got to go home and then come back and get everything charged up again, and then come back and just hide out the way. I don't know if I can stay all this time. I think it'd be a bit too much. I think we'll have to sort of go home. And we'll think on that today. I haven't really got plans to go to another park up anywhere. It's a bit too far away, and I haven't really got the fuel to go much further away. This is nice. It obviously has dog walkers parking here in the daytime, but it's consistently changing all the time. The kennels is just behind us, so we have the dogs barking. They're playing tag and fighting. But they're happy. The cats are really happy. And I don't really want to sort of go back to the bungalow, be back in a situation where they can see outside and want to run free, and I can't really tether them out there. At least here in somewhere strange as well, that they're not too worried about being tethered outside. They go out for a walk with me and everything, have a little explore. They're actually sort of living in the van, and that's what I want. I want them to get used to living in the van properly, and then just go outside when I go outside. I might let them just have a little walk around the car park in a bit, just to sort of have them a little hunt in the hedges with the door open. I say it's just bitterly cold at the moment, 8 degrees, it's just silly. And that's inside the van. I don't know what it's like outside the van. But yeah, I'll try to sort of vlog what I can. This is life in Hope, obviously. She is only part of converted. She's only got bunged in wood. I say there's no heat, there's no power apart from a jackery, no insulation apart from one like wall part them behind the bed. So yeah, it's this is really sort of quite extreme in that respect, but we're happy. Just moving away from the bungalow, we're happy, you know, and we want to sort of test these things out. And I really need to sort of find some other places to go, but like I say, I'm not going to overdo things. I'm not far from home. We will sort of make sure Hope's okay, obviously, with the worries of sort of, you know, I think this might even be a dog's spot, I'm not sure, but obviously it's too cold for them. You know, it's more of a dog walker spot, but I can't see any signs of no overnight parking. And I say last night I was the only one here. You get the odd, well, nobody comes to Wath at the end of the day, so it's not as though it's a park for night that is used a lot. I say it's more for, like I say, a car park for people who want to walk down the Trans-Pennine Trail and just exercise their dogs and go down by the river. And most people would go down by Manvers Lake car park and use that. It's literally just down the road, it's free, but they've got to walk back to it. But you know, you really know about it if you're local, or if you're on Park for Night, I say. I think on Park for Night it's show. I think it's probably only saying there's only about sort of 4 car parking spaces. I'm not sure. It's only a small place, very small place, but you can get a few cars in here. And like I say, I've managed to get Hope in here, but not actually in a parking space, just opposite. So, you know, under the hedge, so where the cars go down like that, and I'm literally here. So I'm trying not to sort of get in their way. But anyway, I'll try to record what I can and keep you updated, but at least I'm on the road, per se, at the moment, a bit more interesting rather than whatever, and let you know how I'm coping. But I might have to put them thermal socks on if it gets any colder. But this fleecy thing, this long fleecy jumper thing, like, absolutely amazing, absolutely love it. So thank you very much, Di, for that. We all loaded up and we're off on the next trip. We crossed over the road this time, and there's actually a track. I didn't think there was a track. I know it usually gets quite muddy, so we'll see how far we can go today. I haven't got food on board for them or anything, but we're going to go for a nice walk right now and get into the woods and alongside the river. So here we go. We're walking. Good girl, good boy. We're down by the river. This is the River Dern, I believe. This track, good girl, having a look. This track takes us all the way to Manvers Lake, and behind the golf club. We keep to the track, it goes alongside the river. It turns into a nice concrete path on the Trans-Pennine Trail. And oh, you're having a little bit of a hunt. And we can do a circular back in the top side of Manvers Lake to the cafe in the Boating Lake, and then we can pick up a little bit of a side road or path back to the parking space. So it is a bit of a trek, it is a bit of a way, but as I say, it's all we have all day, and it's obviously training for the cats, and to ride, to walk, to get used to the dogs, the cyclists, the walkers, new places. Good girl, Chief, good girl. Get Chief, get her confidence with her coming out the pram, as you can see. She's learning that she can actually trust to come out. What a good girl, what a good boy. Spirit enjoys being the lazy boy and riding on top, but he will jump down and have a little look on occasion. You see, it's beautiful this time of year as the leaves start changing and falling. You can see she's still watching out for DOGS's and watching out for all the wildlife, which is their treat. This is what it's all about, is getting out in the wilderness, enjoying that time and that space and the energies. So I'm going to turn this off and do just that with them. Catch you later. So both cats have just jumped out for a little bit. We're just coming to the incline where we come up onto the bridge and the concrete path. Come on then, Spirit, good boy. You do some walking, aren't you, Chief? I've still got my fleece on, so I'm quite hot, but I can take it off because I've got my top on underneath. But look at the muddy footprints when they're jumping on and off. But it's just a lovely bit of countryside and wilderness for them to enjoy and explore. So of course I'm going to let them stop and get out and look when they want to. It's all part of their adventure. And to see what, you know, the nature and the wildlife and the smells. Good girl, good boy. Tangled legs, Chief. Okay, see, Spirit? Let's put him on a short lead for a minute. Good boy. Right, come on, let's go for another walk then. Gonna walk then. Keep walking. Spirit walking. Come on then, go walking. See if I can get them on camera both walking. Good girl, good boy. Come on then. Good boy. Bit puddly here. Let's put Spirit, we'll go back up. Spirit, go back up in. Yeah, good boy. And Chief might carry on walking. I'll tangle him in a minute. You ready? Hold on tight. Good boy. Round the puddles, Chief. This is where I need my GoPro back because obviously it's not such a wobbly. You have to follow us, good girl. It's not such a wobbly picture. But I say the timing didn't last long on the GoPro. So I'd much rather just have it on my phone and good girl, and have the. I'm getting tangled. You're tangling mummy, darling. Yes, I'm tangled. I've got to go a minute. So here we go, this is where the transparent road of Brampton comes, and then back to Bolton upon Durn. There's lots of circulars and woodland walks, and this is the golf club that's the other side of Manvers Lake. You can cut through there, but I can't do it with the pram. And see, these two are well settled now. What's that? So I'm going to have a bit of an easier walk on this path now, but whew, you can also go that side of the bridge over the river, and that'll take you all the way down on some grassy walks. This side, TT, this way. Excuse me. Wait, this way, this way, this way. Come on. Scary noise. No, we're going this way. She knows where the van is. Look, this way. Chief, come. What are you doing? Oh, I need two hands to sort her out. Come on, you. Gosh, but I just had to strip off now. I'm taking my fleece off. This is the joy and beauty of having the pram. Also, I've got a rain mat I've got carried in there, got water for us. I actually didn't put any food in for them, but I expect to be back by dinner time. Good girl. Water's running quite fast. We're going this way, Chief. She's determined to go back to the van. No, we're going to carry on walking for a bit. Mummy's got to get some Mars in today. Chief, this way. This way, no, she said, but I want to go that way, Mummy. You want to go wee-wees? Where are you going? Where are you going? She just wants to go back the way she came. She's very intelligent. Yeah, she says, well, we're getting a bit far away from the van now, and I'm not going to remember where I'm coming from. Aren't you? Spirit's in bed. But yeah, I haven't done this for before COVID. Since before COVID, there's a bike coming. Chief, come here. Up in, quick. What's this coming? Quick, quick, dog alert. Up in, dog alert. Up, dog alert. Good girl. Good girl, it's okay. Sit still. Sit still. She wants to jump on my shoulder because somebody's coming. You sit still. Sit down. Lie down. You're okay. Oh my God, my shoulder. What's your claws? Sit still. Good girl. Right, she's on my shoulder. It's only a cyclist, but she's up. What a good girl. All right, can you see him? Good girl, sit still. Yes, like I say, I haven't. All right. Oh, yeah. I haven't done this since well before COVID, and I certainly haven't been fit enough. And I've put on sort of gone on 2-3 stone easily. Good girl, Chi-Chi. What a good girl. So yeah, I've only got to say dog alert, and she's up in the pram, and in my shoulders even better. But yeah, I need this sort of time out in the woods and by the water and everything. And let me see if I can show you where she is. She's on my shoulder, aren't we? We've got the track going that way, and the track going that way. So we have plenty of warning if the cyclist comes, or you know, a dog comes or anything. Yeah, but I miss this. I really need this. Sweating, it's good exercise for me. I used to do this on my own with my staff. I sort of do like 2-3 mile circulars and everything when I have the van and everything. But you know, like I say, we've not been out like this, so we really need to get back to this. So there's plenty of this space and local walks and treks for me to sort of get back to it, which is what I need. So now you can start seeing RSPB Old Moor over the side of the river, and that's what we'll be heading over that side. So we'll be between Manvers Lake and RSPB Old Moor. Just met a Doberman, which Mischief jumped up on my shoulder, and Spirit went into the bed very nicely, and they sat very, very still, very, very good. So they say there's all the training we need. And as they settle in, we'll hopefully find a lot more dogs. We've got a dog coming. Dog alert! Up in your bed. And we've got a loose dog coming now. We have a lot more dogs coming when good girl, stay there. I've got to go. We're just at the mile mark now. We've got this is where there's a bridge going over water, and I think there's a bird hide down there. And I'm not sure, but I'm just a bit annoyed. First of all, I forgot my towel, and I get so sweaty. I forget I need a towel to wipe my face. So I've obviously not done a lot of hiking for a while, and I always used to carry a backpack and a towel. You're right, darling. But it's dog walkers. Now, majority of dog walkers, great. I let them know I've got a cat there, shorten the lead, we'll put them on the lead, walk past, keep away from the pram, because obviously this is their pram, this is their place, and they protect it. And I just met a cocky guy, and he had a spaniel loose, and I said, could you mind, morning, do you mind just putting your dog on the lead? So I've got cats. And he goes, oh, it's all right, I walk past. I said, no. He said, he's all right with cats. I said, I'm not worried about the dog. This is it. People think I'm worried about the dogs. I'm worried about the cats attacking the dog, not the dog attacking the cats. The cats can look after themselves. And obviously they protect their pram. They want to protect the pram, and they protect me. They defend me. You know, Mischief's sitting on top of my shoulder. She'll growl, she'll pounce. You get too close, she'll have you. Connie would have killed the dog, but Mischief is obviously learning to, you know, protect me and safeguard me and protect her pram. And if the dog gets too near, I don't want anybody or anything touching their pram, so they know that's their safe place to escape to. Good girl, good boy. Not too far. So it's really annoying, because then here, let this dog go past. Mischief's on my shoulder, so of course what's happening is she's putting her claws out and starting to growl, and of course I've not got a jumper on, so I'm absolutely bare skin while she's digging in and growling and protecting and everything. So I'm the one who's, you know, going to get my bloody skin squashed to pieces and scratched to pieces and everything. Good girl, good boy, good girl. So I'm just trying to watch these leads at the same time. Not having fallen in the river. Where's Spirit going? And so what did the dog do? He says, oh, it walked past, it'd be absolutely fine. No, it came near the picking pram. Spirit was inside the pram. Fortunately, it didn't touch the pram. It came close enough to for Chief to growl and dig her claws in and get ready to pounce. And the dog's then going backwards and forwards, waiting for the man to catch up with him. And he goes, oh, he's all right with cats. I said, I'm not worried about whether your dog is all right with cats. I've got a savannah here. The savannah will defend and attack your dog, you know, and you don't want those sort of injuries. I don't want to be responsible for those sort of injuries, you know. Cats always end up better off at the end of the day with their first claw. But obviously, yes, if you go in for the kill, then dogs probably got a bit of advantage, but they're going to get hurt. And but the dog owners will be the first people to complain that, you know, the dogs have got their eyes clawed, or, you know, got no bloody eyesight left because of the damage the cat's done. If the cat ends up dead, it's going to go down fighting, you know, and that's the risk I take. I respect that. The cats know that. That's why they've got somewhere to go. Hello, big boy. What a good girl. So yeah, it's just, you know, respect the cats on leads. You know, it's not just the safety of the cats. The dogs will chase the cats, but ultimately, you know, especially with savannas, you know, it is a, you know, wild bred cat, and it will kill if need be. It will go for it will sort of get the claws out, and it's, you know, good as Mischief is, and as, you know, not as good as Connie. Like I said, she's learning, and she will defend and protect. And when cornered, that's their only option. So they say that just sort of bugged me a little bit. They're just sort of some arrogant dog walkers that think, you know, their dog's trained and everything else. But I say, your dog can be 100% trained, and I respect that. But I want to keep your dog safe too. Anyway, that's my little gripe for the day. I'm so proud of these two though. So proud of them. And me. We've got a mile down. We haven't even got to our turning point yet. So it's probably going to be a 2.5, 3 mile walk today. Not more. But, you know, we need this. We need to get a big walk in, and what better place to do it. It's really, really nice here. And it's a lovely day, and hopefully the rain will stay away. It's still early, so not too hot. But like I say, this is where I'm learning what to carry and everything else. Because I bought my raincoat, so we could sit on that as well on a bench. But and I got water, but I forgot to bring their bowl with the water, and I forgot to bring their food, and I forgot to bring my towel to wipe my sweaty face. There you go, good babies. Right, we're ready to go again then. Let's keep going. So we just made it to the lake. The cats are just trying to find somewhere to hide, go to the toilet. Come on, this way. It's all rubbishy in there, dirty. Come on, this way. Good girl, up on the mat, Chief. Watch out for doggies. Do wee-wees. Watch out for dogs. Dogs, come here. Dogs. Up in. Spirit, come.
Come here, on the mat, Chief, mat. On the mat, Chief, on the mat. Oh, on the mat, good girl. Good girl. Spirit, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Where are you gone? Here they are, just sat on the mat beside me on the bench. The bench is very wet, so I've got the cushion, the blanket on, but there's a wet pile underneath it. So we're getting a bit of a wet bum and see people going past and watching them. So I'm just going to have a little look at ducks. This is Spirit's first trip to a lake and to see ducks. Might be Mischief's as well, first time here. Oh, good girl, good boy. Just been all through the brambles, haven't you? Have a drink of water. Oh, you go walk in the water. Where are you going, Spirit? Right, I'm going to turn this off. Save these energy. What's that, babies? What's that? Just coming to the cafe now. I had a bit of a panic attack just now when the geese got a bit close, and then someone was trying to talk to me, and of course I couldn't control. I've got to be very careful. They haven't seen ducks and geese before. Stay there, Chief. Good girl. It's okay. So yeah, this is the Manvers now where the cafe is. I'm not going to go up because it's very bitterly cold, and obviously they're worried about these geese. So I'm back, I'm exhausted. It's 3.15 miles, really enjoyed that. As you can see, the cats are asleep on their beds. I'm going to get my feet up now, and I'm absolutely shattered. It's quite cold in here still. What's the temperature? Let's have a look at the temperatures now. It is 13 degrees, so it's not that warm, cold and bitter. But big winds are coming. So I'm going to upload vlog, get all that sort of edited and everything, and work on that, and just lie under the duvet and get warm because it's freezing. Anyway, we'll catch you soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye for now. So like I said, I just brought Mischief out into the car park to have a little bit of hunting, a bit of time out. Spirit decided to run back in. He's quite happy, feels safe in there because we've got a dog and people. Which had a lovely conversation with these people just now. A couple of collies, and she was actually sensed their energy was good, so she actually didn't want to run back to the van. She sat on the floor. I went, asked her to jump up on my shoulder. We went closer. We tested her boundaries. She started growling a few feet away from them, so I stepped back one, and then we just carried on having a lovely conversation with them. And she just decided to then jump on the bonnet and then jump on the floor, and she just sat on my feet while the two dogs sat by their owner's feet, and it was absolutely lovely. The amount of improvement she's been respecting the dogs, and but also being wary of the dogs whilst we've been out these last few days is absolutely incredible. And obviously all the pram training has really helped learning about them as well. So her reward obviously at the moment now is for her to come out and actually do a bit of hunting in the ground, in the grass here outside the van. As you say, Spirit still wants to watch. I was about to cook dinner, but I'm going to make the most of this dry weather at the moment. He wanted to, I did have them both on the lead. He did sit by the door to come out, then he's asked to go back in again. Good boy, Spirit. So he's going to watch him in there while I give Chief a bit of training. Now the problem I got by having the van door this side, I can't obviously just open the door and sit inside and the cats hunt. So really I should, I suppose, go and park over that side and give them an opportunity to actually sort of come and sit outside and do some hunting. I might actually do that in a minute and move the van over there. Because then at least they can have a bit of a night of actually doing some looking in the hedge and everything. See this little van behind me staying overnight as well. But then like I said, I can put both cats out on the harness and just look in the hedge. But see, the car's parked this way round all the way down here. I didn't really want to sort of give some of the parking spaces and take up too much space. And I didn't really want to go in forwards because obviously we should park to have the quick escape from facing forwards that way. So I don't know, just stay where I am or just sit outside here with Mischief, which is obviously good for her anyway. She wants to do this. Otherwise she's just going to move the van over there. But I will think about that and see what I can do in a minute. And obviously I could have gone where that van is. Or I could even go in the middle behind that van, but then I also want to respect his privacy. He's got his door open and everything, and he wants to have his own like little bit of campsite as well. I do like it facing this way. You're right, you Chief, you're hunting. Yeah, you good girl. But she's been so good. I'm so proud of how she's just been interacting just now. Yeah, very, very good. Well, Chief's hunting, Spirit is in the front of the cab saying, and watching. I opened the door just now because I thought actually we could actually have them on the outside the driver's door, but he ran straight in the back, so I'm not coming out. So he's quite happy watching him in there. You go, Chief, get the mouse. What is it? It's a mouse. It's something. Good girl. So you can see this is the park for night park up. Nice gravel area with a picnic bench and stones. So you've got to cross over that way onto the Pennine Trail, and you've got the Trans-Pennine Trail this side as well. That one goes to Old Moor Barnsley, which is where we went today, and this side heads off towards Conisborough and Doncaster. Really nice place to park. I just realised there's little bins there. I could get rid of litter. But obviously they're still, despite it being a little bin, there's rubbish chucked everywhere. The kids come down here and just chuck rubbish at the window, which is disgusting. Now, like I said, I've got to buy myself another of those litter pickers actually, because I would have left the last one in my old van stupidly. And it's like a place like this, I want to sort of come and pick litter up, and I was doing something the other day and I just had to sort of put a bag over my hand, but I'm just a bit concerned around here, don't know what's around here, so I'm going to get another little picker on order, and it means that when I stop places like this, obviously I can just bag it up. And what I've done before as well, when I've done that, even though there isn't a bin there, I'd leave a black bag with a rubbish in and tie it to a fence or something, or a tree, and then people can sort of carry on putting the rubbish in, so at least it's in one area. Like I say, there are litter pickers that come around here, absolutely fabulous guys that go about, not paid ones, lots of volunteers and everything, go around other areas locally, they do a really, really good job, but it shouldn't happen in the first place. And I'll say what I saw the other day, just kids, I was walking the cats just locally around the local neighbourhood, and this car come flying down the road, and these kids that literally chucked a whole McDonald's packet just out the window into the centre of the residential street without a care in the world. It's just disgusting, I just don't get people nowadays. People are brought up differently to where they used to be. I don't know what it is, but yeah, gotta respect what you got, really, don't you? The place is so beautiful. If it wasn't littered and lucky in this is all like wild and nettles and everything else like that, but it's still got its own beauty. It's still somewhere ideal to sort of come and park up. Great for the cats to sort of have somewhere like this in the wilderness, and the insects and the bugs and the mice and everything in here that they can just listen to and watch and have a bit of variety. You don't need to go walking for miles or anything. It's just new park-ups, different areas, like we did when we went up to North Yorkshire. They don't mind the different lay-bys and the different hunting areas and the different hedges to sort of have a good old sniff and everything in. Don't take much to keep these cats happy. She's showing how respectful she is. Roadside hunting right by the fast major road here now, look. I'm just trying to sit on the bench, but if I sit on it, it flies in the air, so I've got to be a bit careful. The Spirit is still sat in the front of the van so he can see us. He's happy. Chief just wants to sit down and do a bit of hunting, so I can come up here to sit on the bench and give her that time and space to do so. She's not worried about traffic, so we've got traffic taken for her. She knows she behaves and she can get some more time here. Look how close those cars are. Right, careful, Gigi, careful. Not too far, good girl. There's nettles here as well, be a bit careful. I say it's all these smells and everything, and if a dog comes, then she should jump up to me and go on my shoulder. We're looking at them, but fortunately it's not too busy dog-wise and people-wise. We can just deal with them in time. What are you doing? It's that time of year. Yes, what are you doing? You happy? Oh, what's this? The stones. You want to look there? Oh, what's that? The mouse. Find the mouse. Oh, you're digging. Find the mouse. Find it. Good girl. So I've got to be really careful and make sure I can be quick on the catching the lead. Just don't go too far. And there you go. Look how good she is. What a good girl. What a good girl. Really getting used to the traffic now. What a good girl, Chi-Chi. What a lovely picture. Hunting in the wilderness.